The Marvel Cinematic Universe has seen death, destruction, and a snap that erased half of all life. For years, we believed Thanos was the absolute peak of villainy because he was inevitable and unstoppable. But he is gone, and something far more dangerous is coming. Robert Downey Jr.'s return as Dr. Doom isn't just a casting stunt, it is a warning. Thanos wanted to destroy the universe to save it, but Doom wants to rule it to perfect it. One was a sledgehammer, while the other is a scalpel. Today, we aren't just comparing power levels, we are proving why the Mad Titan was just the warm-up act for the God Emperor. To understand the threat Doom poses, we first have to respect what Thanos accomplished. He didn't just beat the Avengers, he broke them. In 2018, audiences watched in silence as the bad guy actually won. Thanos possessed a singular, unbreakable will that drove him to collect the Infinity Stones, and his physical strength was enough to crush the Hulk without using a single gem. He was a warlord who commanded armies and decimated planets like Xandar long before he completed his Golden Glove. His threat level was universal, and his shadow still hangs over the MCU. Looking back, his methods were messy. He relied entirely on external power sources and brute force. Take away the stones, and he is just a very strong alien with a helicopter sword. That is a weakness Dr. Doom does not share. Dr. Doom does not need to hunt for 6 magic rocks to become a threat, because he is the threat. Victor Von Doom represents the perfect fusion of the MCU's 2 strongest power systems, Tony Stark's technology and Doctor Strange's sorcery. Imagine an armor more advanced than the Bleeding Edge suit, combined with dark magic that rivals the Sorcerer Supreme. In the comics, Doom has drained the power of gods, survived acts of absolute erasure, and built machines that can steal the authority of the universe's creators. Thanos is a biological powerhouse, but Doom is a scientific and mystical anomaly. He has no single weakness because he has mastered every discipline. If you take away his armor, he uses magic. If you block his magic, he outsmarts you. He is the most versatile combatant the Avengers will ever face. If these two stood in an arena and simply traded blows, Thanos takes the category of pure physical strength. We saw him catch Spider-Man in midair and knock out Black Panther with a single punch. His skin is nearly impenetrable, while Doom remains a human man inside a suit. However, raw lifting strength rarely decides these fights. Doom's energy projection and magical shields allow him to withstand hits that would obliterate a city. If we strictly discuss who can punch harder, the Titan wins. The Infinity Gauntlet is the ultimate weapon of mass destruction, capable of rewriting reality on a whim. In a contest of maximum potential damage output, a fully equipped Thanos has the edge. But as we will see, fights aren't fought on paper. We actually pulled this matchup from a debate in our comment section last week, so thank you to everyone who weighed in. If you have an idea for our next versus breakdown, drop it below because we read every single one. If you're enjoying this deep analysis, hit that subscribe button to catch our coverage of Avengers Doomsday the moment it drops. Thanos was called a genius, but his master plan was shockingly inefficient. It took him decades to locate the stones, he lost multiple daughters in the process, and his solution to overpopulation was a coin flip that could be reversed. And it was reversed. 5 years later, everyone came back. His plan had no permanence because he didn't stick around to enforce it. He won, destroyed the stones, and retired to a farm. That is not strategy, that is arrogance. He left the universe in chaos, creating a power vacuum that actually made things worse. A true strategist doesn't just execute a move, they secure the board afterward. Thanos played to win the game, but he didn't know how to run the tournament. Dr. Doom would never make the mistake of retiring. His goal isn't destruction, it is order. Doom doesn't just want to win, he wants to rule, because he genuinely believes he is the only one fit to save existence. In the Secret Wars comic storyline, Doom saves the multiverse when everything else is destroyed. He constructs a new reality and holds it together through sheer willpower and intelligence. Thanos relies on destiny, but Doom builds failsafes. He studies his enemies, steals their technology, and improves it. If Doom had the Infinity Stones, he wouldn't destroy them. He would integrate them into his armor, creating a permanent power source that no time heist could ever undo. In the category of strategy, Doom destroys Thanos. Thanos defined himself by what he could lose. His entire motivation stemmed from the trauma of losing Titan. He was a nihilist who believed life was a problem to be solved by subtraction. This made him dangerous, but it also made him predictable. He was willing to sacrifice everything, even Gamora, which proved his resolve, but highlighted his emptiness. Doom is the opposite, because he is driven by ego. He believes there is no problem he cannot solve better than anyone else. This narcissism is his greatest strength and his fatal flaw. He refuses to sacrifice himself because he views himself as essential to the universe's survival. Thanos accepts death as part of the balance, whereas Doom refuses to die, because a universe without Doom is unacceptable to him. We cannot ignore the face behind the mask. Casting Robert Downey Jr. as Doom adds a psychological layer that Thanos never had. The Avengers will not be fighting a purple alien stranger. They will be fighting a twisted reflection of their greatest hero. This grants Doom a psychological advantage that is impossible to quantify. Imagine Peter Parker or Rhodey hesitating for just a split second because the enemy looks like Tony Stark. That second is all Doom needs. Thanos inspired fear through his reputation, but Doom will inspire hesitation through his familiarity. Whether he is a stark warning or simply shares the face, he uses that connection as a weapon. It is the ultimate violation of the Avengers' legacy, and it makes the conflict personal in a way the Infinity War never was. Let's get to the fights! Scenario 1. Thanos versus Doom. Random encounter, no Infinity Stones. Thanos has his double-edged sword. Doom has his standard armor and magic. In this fight, the Mad Titan is in trouble. Thanos is a brawler who struggles against magic users. Remember how much trouble he had with Doctor Strange on Titan? Now, imagine a sorcerer who doesn't have Strange's morals and is wearing a suit of armor that rivals Iron Man's. Doom would keep his distance, peppering Thanos with magical blasts and high-tech weaponry. Thanos could take a lot of punishment, but he has no counter to Doom's mysticism. Doom could trap him in the crimson bands of Cyttorak or drain his energy. Without the stones to break reality, Thanos is just a big target for the greatest sorcerer of the age. Now, let's give Thanos the Power Stone. This changes the dynamic completely. With the Power Stone, Thanos can shatter Doom's shields with a single hit and disrupt his energy attacks. We saw him punch Captain Marvel out of the fight with this gem alone. Doom is smart enough not to get hit, but he has to play a perfect game, because one mistake means his armor becomes scrap metal. However, Doom has a history of stealing power he doesn't deserve. In the comics, he built a device to drain the power cosmic from the Silver Surfer. Facing a Thanos with one stone, Doom would not try to overpower him. He would try to siphon the energy from the stone itself. It is a high-risk gamble. If Doom can drain the stone, he wins. If he can't, Thanos crushes him. We call this one a draw. Scenario 3. Thanos has all 6 stones. In a direct confrontation, Thanos wins instantly. He controls time, space, reality, and power. There is no spell or suit in existence that can withstand a snap. But here's the catch. Dr. Doom would never let this fight happen. Doom's greatest power is his preparation. If he knew Thanos was gathering the stones, Doom would have replaced the Reality Stone with a fake months ago. He would have rigged the Gauntlet to explode or cast a spell that prevents Thanos from closing his fist. In a cage match, Gauntlet Thanos is invincible. But in a story, Doom wins because he changes the rules of the game before the opening bell even rings. He doesn't fight gods, he steals their power and becomes one himself. We often overlook that Doom is a head of state. Thanos led a cult, but Doom leads a nation. Latveria is not just a base, it is a sovereign country with diplomatic immunity. This gives Doom a shield that Thanos never had: politics. The Avengers could attack Thanos anywhere without consequence, but attacking Doom means declaring war on a recognized nation. He uses international law as a weapon, manipulating the UN and keeping heroes tied up in red tape while he executes his plans. He provides his people with free healthcare, education, and safety, earning their genuine loyalty rather than the fear-based obedience Thanos commanded from the Outriders. This makes Doom harder to uproot. You can kill a warlord, but it is much harder to dismantle a legitimate government that the world relies on. The scariest thing about Doom is his ceiling. Thanos peaked with the Infinity Gauntlet, which was his maximum. Doom has no maximum. In the comics, he eventually achieves the title of God Emperor by stealing the power of the Beyonders, beings who created the multiverse. In that form, he didn't just wipe out half of life, he saved what was left of reality and ruled it for years. He ripped Thanos' spine out with his bare hands in one of the most famous panels in Marvel history. While the MCU version of this event is still approaching, the precedent is clear. Thanos is a universal threat, but Doom is a multiversal constant. The stones are tools, but Doom is the architect. When he reaches his peak, the Infinity Gauntlet looks like a child's toy. Who is the greater threat? If you need a planet destroyed by noon, call Thanos. He is efficient, brutal, and simple. But if you are talking about an enemy who can dismantle the Avengers from the inside, rewrite the laws of physics, and govern the ashes of what remains, it is Victor Von Doom. Thanos was a natural disaster, a hurricane that hit hard and faded away. Doom is climate change, a permanent shift in how the world operates. He is smarter, more versatile, and driven by a will that refuses to let him rest. Thanos taught the Avengers how to lose, but Doom is going to teach them that winning might be impossible. The Mad Titan was a test. Dr. Doom is the final exam. The Marvel Universe is moving from a battle for survival to a battle for control. Thanos asked whether we deserve to live, but Doom asks who deserves to rule. As we march toward the release of Avengers Doomsday, the stakes have never been higher. We are about to witness a villain who doesn't just want to beat the heroes, he wants to replace them. Thank you for joining us on this breakdown. If you are ready for the reign of Doom, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video.